Hi, I'm Stephanie Rao, the founder and CEO of Paradigm Expansions. Paradigm Expansions is all about guiding individuals, guiding seekers into discovering their own true selves and falling in love with their lives. And while that sounds like a really big vision, the whole purpose is for people to really light up to their own inner power that we all have as humans that's often untapped and understand that there is way more within us that we are able to give to the world. And so I have this vision of women and empaths who are so attuned to the needs of others and often end up sacrificing their own lives and their own joy in order to serve someone else because service is of very high value. And I have this vision of these women and these empaths lighting up, being turned on internally, receiving from others, receiving from the earth, in order that they then enjoy their lives so much and find that value in themselves that they see in others, that they are able to give from their own overflow. And I have been able to follow my own curiosity and passion and really use my training as an occupational therapist and as a PhD in rehabilitation science to gather the best evidence out there of what is potent, what works as it relates to visualization and meditation, and combine that with spiritual teachings, with what's consistent across different spiritual traditions about certain truths of who we are as human and spiritual beings, and form that into packages that are digestible and approachable for people so that they can go on that own inner journey and wake up to their power. I have online programs that are very powerful and accessible for people. And I also offer in-person group meditations that give a little bit of a taste for people to connect with others and start to explore their own selves. And I have testimonials of people in those group workshops, connecting deeper into their own intuition, opening their minds to different ways of seeing themselves. And then in my one-on-one coaching and online offerings, some pretty profound experiences of people connecting to their bodies in ways that they have already started in therapy. And then they're able to connect with their bodies and release emotions that were stuck in their bodies that they couldn't release just from their intellect, and then really be able to move on and change their lives. And I've also heard of people reconnecting to their the strength of their ancestors and bringing about that inner power that they forgot because we're so conditioned to live in a certain box and not necessarily access that power within. So this vision comes alive through combining the best evidence out there in neuroscience and psychology and rehabilitation through tools like visualization, guided meditation, journaling, gratitude, affirmations, but taking all of those to the depth of what's possible for who we are as human and spiritual beings. And I primarily do that using the chakra framework that offers this gorgeous way of understanding who we are as multidimensional beings, and also offers ways for the brain to be really engaged using the colors, the elements, the attributes, the sensations of each chakra, and then getting to experience ourselves as both open-hearted and giving, that would be the fourth chakra, as well as having boundaries, having a solid sense of who we are as individual beings. And those often are conflicting in certain spiritual traditions. And the chakra framework gives this way of aligning what seem like contradictory attributes, but that are part of who we are as multidimensional beings, so that we don't have to shut off who we are as open-hearted and giving individuals. And this is especially for women and empaths, can still have that beautiful, nurturing, loving, forgiving, accepting component of who we are and honor who we are as individual beings so that there's not that depletion that happens where over time, overgiving, overperforming leads to this burnout and exhaustion. And instead, there are subtle shifts that can be made in how we see ourselves first to then start to receive from others and simple things like when we reteach ourselves to receive because we are worthy of receiving, it might first show up as accepting compliments instead of always diminishing them. And then over time, that ability to receive because we feel worthy as individual beings turns into the ability to feel more energized, more powerful, and then bring about that love that empaths and women have and share it more broadly with the world. What what a beautiful world we already have, and how amazing it can be with more empaths, more women, more seekers lighting up to their own power and joy and then giving from that place. So this is my vision with Paradigm Expansions. I am so grateful to you for tuning in and for any opportunities to collaborate. My name is Stephanie Rao, and I would love to get in touch with you as well. Feel free to reach out to me at Stephanie at paradigmexpansions.com. Thank you so much.